This ghazal was written by Bhau Kalchuri on December 20th, 1986. It's entitled, Using Anesthesia. Oh Meher, how is it that the world recognizes you during the period of your advent, after you drop your physical body? Is it because you use your infinite power and bliss to make the world aware of you only after you drop your physical body? Oh beloved, those who were with you during your physical presence suffered and suffered in your love, and those who are coming now during your advent do not suffer so much in your love. Is it because you did not use your infinite bliss when you were physically present, and now you are using it for them? Oh beloved, is it true that during your physical presence, and also during your advent, you perform operations on the mandali without anesthesia? And during your advent, you perform operations on the people of the world using anesthesia? O people of the world, you don't know that you are paralyzed because of the cold wave of illusion. But don't worry, because the beloved is making the fire of his love to save you from the cold wave and to enable you to make movements in his love. O people of the world, you are the slave of your own false self, and you do not feel ashamed to be its slave. Why do you then feel ashamed of becoming the slave of the beloved, who is your real self? Oh friends, what should I tell you about spiritual life, and how can one understand it? My tears make me smile, and my smile makes me shed tears. Oh Bhau, do you know how stupid you appear before the world, which is very sophisticated? We presume that you don't care to know about the sophistication of the world, and the world doesn't care to know about your inner sophistication. Shema.
Shema. This ghazal is entitled Walls, and it's dated November 4th, 1991. Oh beloved Meher, when I asked you, why don't you come into my house and stay with me forever? You said to me, I am free and I enter into any house from any side and therefore see that the walls of your house fall down. I was walking and walking and walking since ages, but when you stopped me from walking, what did I find? I found that I returned to the same place where I had started walking from. I made a bridge over the ocean out of the wooden planks of my desires and wants in order to cross the ocean, but could not succeed. But when the bridge broke down and I fell in the ocean and started swimming, I got the awareness of how to cross the ocean. When I asked you how to dedicate my life to you and live only to please you, you said to me, want what I want and do what I wish you to do if you want to please me. When I asked you, you are not body, mind, and energy, then what are you really? And you replied, you have to lose your body, energy, and mind in my love, and then only you can know me as I am. When I said to you, I was very, very intelligent, but since I have been in your company, I am losing my intellect. You replied, you are not intelligent, but you were ignorant, and now you are losing your ignorance so that you may become wisely intelligent. What a fool you are, Bhau. The beloved is longing and longing to embrace you, but when he comes forward to embrace you, you run after your false self, and you make him feel disappointed.
What I think, today I must use my common sense. And what is that common sense? That I don't care for the time. So excuse me if I take more than 1 hour. Once it so happened that people had come to Baba and they were very close ones. And Baba would ask different things from different persons about the families, their business, their work, about their children. And one person asked Baba, Baba, do you know swimming? Baba says, swimming? How could I know swimming? Because I am the ocean. So we have to swim. I make others to swim because I am the ocean. How is it possible for me to swim? So your question is wrong. So that he is the ocean, an ocean, infinite ocean. An infinite ocean, and we want to just know through our intellect. It is not possible. Not possible. But that intellect, which also wants to know more about him for sake of knowing. So that intellect is not bad. But the intellect which you go on just to show that the power of intellect, and that thing, of course, it is just useless. You don't gain anything. Now in 1956, that was the year when Baba was in seclusion. 55, after this Savas, Baba was in seclusion, and we were at a place called Satara. It was the place of Shivaji, the minor avatar. And Baba was there, and Baba would be in seclusion. So, Baba would just 15 days, 21 days, he would be in one bungalow, and then he would change the bungalow. So another bungalow. So there are 4 or 5 bungalows. And when Baba would change the bungalow, of course, I had 2 masters. One, the avatar, and other, Krishnaji. He was also my master, because I had to obey his instruction, whatever he would want. So when Baba would move from one place, one bungalow to another, then I had to take things, his things also, along with Baba's things. And he had to be there with me, because I had to attend to him. So attend, and he would go to any extent. Any extent means I had to give massage to him. I had to bring hot water for him to take bath. I would wash his clothes. And then, of course, that I was his servant. But then, he wanted to give me some promotion. He wanted to make me his secretary. Of course, that labor work, of course, he wanted me to do, but extra work, some promotion. And what was that promotion? That I should also attend his correspondence. So then, of course, I was a servant. Now, what happens? Baba was to, from one bungalow, he was to go to another bungalow. Now, Krishnaji asked me to write a letter. He already wrote a letter, and I did not know. And then he asked me to write a letter. He was dictating. And what he was dictating, Krishnaji is observing silence, and he is in seclusion. So henceforth, you correspond with his secretary, Bhau Kalchuri. And I said to him, Krishnaji, Baba is in seclusion, you are not. So how can I write this? This is my order. This is my order. I said, but how? How should I write? That this is just false. You are not in seclusion. So he went to Baba. And he complained against me that I do not follow his order. And Baba called me. And Baba says, why? Whatever he said you do. I did not know what was the matter. That was false. He was not in seclusion. And Baba says, whatever he says, you just do it. Don't question. At that time, of course, because it was Baba's order, and he said, Krishna ji is observing silence and he is in seclusion. Now Baba would change one after another bungalow. So one after another bungalow, and I would be there because I have to keep night watch. And then night watch, and then afterwards, of course, I have to attend his personal things. So I had to be there all the time. And Baba would also give me the work to go to the post office, send telegrams, do this, do that. So that would happen after 12 noon. So I was doing that and attending also Krishna ji. And Krishna ji, so far Krishna ji was concerned, Baba would say that attend to his work. He would wait for that and he would allow me to do his work. And Krishna ji was thinking what a life he was leading. And nobody would know why Baba was doing this. Krishna ji was the person. How he came to Baba, he was in south of India. There was one ashram, and he was in that ashram. The Guru was there, and of course, the Guru, nobody knew about him. He had some illegal affair with the maidservant, and one girl was born. She grew up, and Krishna ji came to know. So then the Guru was in his hand. Nobody knew that. Only Krishna ji knew. So then that girl also, she became, of course, the friend of Krishna ji. So then what happens? He writes a letter, I wrote that letter, that Krishna ji is in seclusion and Krishna ji is observing silence. After some time, he said, just send telegram. Krishna ji died. I said, Krishna ji, how should I do it? Now Baba's order was that whatever he says you do. So I should not have questioned that how to write whatever he says. Of course I must follow. I'm just telling you about obedience. What is obedience and how difficult it becomes. It is not. Baba said that whatever Krishna ji says, you do it. And Krishna ji says that send the telegram that Krishna ji died on such and such date. And I thought, should I do it or not? The mind works. Really speaking, when implicit obedience is there, then of course one does not care. But I would care. So whatever is there, I am just telling you. So he said, yes, do it. And I said, it is really very difficult for me to do it. So what he did, he sent the telegram and put my name. Bhau Kalchuri. Krishnaji died on such and such date. Bhau Kalchuri. Because he had informed that henceforth my secretary Bhau Kalchuri would correspond with you. So he sent that telegram to that girl. Krishnaji died. And then, of course, I received 3-4 telegrams. Secretary doing all his work and still secretary. And then I said, what to do now? Oh, should I tell Baba? If Baba says that, yes, don't, I told you, I did not do that. So I felt scared. I did not tell. I showed those telegrams to Duncan. And Duncan got very much upset. And Duncan immediately replied that he is hale and hearty. Don't worry, he did not die. Now, because Baba was in seclusion, I could not say anything. So then Duncan asked him, who informed that you died? Oh, it was a huge joke. And Duncan says, this is huge joke? Duncan was free to say, he was not under order, I was under order. So he says, this is a huge joke? Why did you do this? Oh, you will not understand this. And Duncan says, remember this. You should not put, you do whatever you like. Do not put Bhau's name. Do not put. Bhau did not do that. And it is in his name you send telegram. And he got very much upset. But he said, it is a huge joke. It is a huge joke. So then, Baba of course was not informed. So Baba would come out of his seclusion for 2 days and then he would change the bungalow. So I was serving Krishnaji since last 3 years. 3 years. Now his time had come. So what happened? That Baba of course he came out of seclusion to change another bungalow. And then Baba comes to the Mandi. And then he says that now another bungalow I will go. But he tells me and Eraj, both should be there. Both should attend to him. And I would be just from 12 noon to 5, I would be free for doing another work. Post office, this correspondence. And then Baba himself. So in 3 years, I was just serving him whatever he would want. I would do it. But then his time had come. Time had come. So this time, when Baba came out of his seclusion, he says to Krishnaji, Krishnaji, now you shave your beard and change the dress. No robe, no more. No robe now, change immediately, do today. So he had to shave the beard, he had to cut his long hair, and he had to put on English dress. Now change took place. And then Baba says that I would be in that bungalow and how you would be with me from 5 p.m. to 12 noon. So what about your tea in the morning? And I said, Baba, I will manage. How will you manage? you will be with me in another bungalow. Tea, of course, is made here. How will you manage? So, of course, I could not say anything. But before that, what happened? One day, when I was transferring the luggage from one bungalow to another, so Krishnaji's bungalow, his bedding roll on my head, and his things, other things, of course, I was just bags and other things, I was in my shoulder. And I was, after 3 years, and I was taking those things to another bungalow, and Dr. Nilu was coming, one of the Mandi. And he says, whose luggage is this? I says, Krishnaji's. Krishnaji was going ahead with a stick in his hand, long hair, and rope. So, why are you carrying this? I said, Baba's order. Baba cannot give such an order. You don't understand properly. So he went to Baba. And he said, Baba, this man, Krishnaji, he's first class robe. And what work he is giving to Bhau. He has been doing this, and he just like a coolie, he was taking his luggage. And Dr. Nilu did not know what other things I was doing. He got very upset. So Baba comes to the Mandi. And he called me. And he said, what is your qualification? And I could not understand all of it. He was asking me, what is your qualification? And Baba says, how did you get all these degrees? Did you bribe? You have no head. How did you get all these degrees? Do you know that when the flower is fresh, so you put in flower pot and then put that flower pot on the table. But when the flower, of course, it dries up, do you put on the table? You just throw it and change the flower. Krishnaji is no fresh now. I was so happy to hear just doing everything for him. And he was just, and Baba's work, Baba, I have to attend that, and here another master. So I was very, very happy. Baba says, Krishnaji is no fresh now. Baba, I was just thinking, I did not say. So you are telling me, Krishnaji is no fresh now, so I will throw him. I was very happy. Now, what happened? He says that Krishnaji is no fresh now. So I was happy. In the evening, I was writing letters. And Krishnaji is waiting and waiting because that was the time to make his bed. And I was not making. So he looked at me and he says, will you make my bed? From tomorrow, you will bring tea for Bhau. I was his servant. Now, Baba made him my servant. It was very difficult. Very difficult. So one must was brought, his name was Arisha, who was at MeherBabaLibrary, Babji, 6th plane must. So Baba was working with him, and one person, Sidhu, he was at MeherBabaLibrary, he was looking after him. So both were called there to Satara. And now, Baba said to him, for 3 persons, you bring tea there in that bungalow. From tomorrow, I will be in seclusion there. Now, Krishnaji, what happened the next day? Baba was very, very particular. So I was cleaning his room, and Baba saw that Krishnaji was coming with kettle in his hand. So Baba says, go and drink tea. So I went there, and Krishnaji looked at me, and he says, I did not bring tea for you. So I came back and started cleaning. Baba was particular. He comes to me. Did you drink tea? No, Baba. Why? Krishnaji did not bring. Baba goes to him. And I followed him. There was no interpreter. Only I was the interpreter. Baba says, why did you not bring tea for Bhau? So I would not just interpret just like this. He said, why did you not bring tea for Bhau? And he says, Baba, I brought first Sidhu and Dharmast. Baba says, I am asking you, why did you not bring tea for Bhau? So I said loudly, that I want to know, why did you not bring tea for Bhau? Baba, I brought first Sidhu and must. Baba said, go and bring. So I said, go and bring. So then he goes and then brings tea for me. Since that was the first time in his life that I was just a servant. It's a long story because time is less. So just I am telling that how this order to be obeyed. Now when he made me servant, so I would obey but not 100%. 100%, that means that later he wanted me to write that Krishnaji is silent, observing silence, and he is in seclusion. So I questioned. So I would have said so many things, all my weaknesses I am putting before you. So then of course afterwards this happened. So I just told him that, go and bring. So he brings. Then every day he would bring. And I would drink tea. Now what happened? After that Baba came out of seclusion. And he had to, after 2 days he had to go to another bungalow. So Krishnaji says, Baba, I need some change. My health is not good. Baba says, very good, go today. He said, no, after 3-4 days, I will go. Baba says, go today. Go today. Baba pampered him like anything. So many things happened at that time that he was also sent to Meherabad. I was his servant, so of course at Meherabad, when this 1954 Darshan program was the declaration meeting, I was serving him. And you know, we were very rich people, very rich. We had no alarm clock, so rich that no alarm clock. So Baba had asked Krishnaji to concentrate on one chart at 12 midnight. And because the clock was not there, so he gave me order to wake him up at 12 midnight. So I had to keep awake up to 12 midnight. Then I would wake him up and then I would go to bed. But this man, when I would wake him up, but he would sleep again. He would sleep again. He was sent to Meherabad and Kakabaria, he was the manager, very strict manager. But strict manager, Baba's order there. That Krishnaji, don't say anything to Krishnaji. Whatever he needs, of course you fulfill his needs. And Krishnaji, and the same order, that chart, concentrate, that blue bus is there. Yeah. So Baba had asked him to go at midnight to blue bus and concentrate for 1 hour and then you sleep. So Kakabaria gave the same thing. He would keep away up to midnight, wake him up, and he would take him to the blue bus. And he would go there and he would sleep. He would sleep. And Kakabaria, he was boiling inside. He was boiling inside, but because of Baba's order, he would not say anything to him. After 4 months, Baba called Kakabaria and Krishnaji to Satara. And Baba asked Krishnaji, how is Kaka? He said, oh, he's just like my father, so loving. And Baba asked Kakabaria, how is Krishnaji? He said, Baba, you are asking me, so I must tell you the truth. This man is a scoundrel. He is disobedient. He does not follow any order. I take him at midnight to the blue bus and he goes and sleeps there in your blue bus. So now I tell you, Baba, either you keep him at Meherazad. If you keep him at Meherazad, I will be here at Satara with you. Either Krishnaji should live at Meherazad or I should live. Both cannot live there. Then Baba said, all right, Krishnaji, you be here. So I was his servant. 3 years continuously. So many things happened, so many things. But now, Kaka did not say a word. And Kaka was following, though he was boiling inside. Yeah. But I would also argue with him. I would argue. So that is my weakness, I am telling you. Obedience, implicit obedience means whatever he says, you have not to think about it. You must do it. You must do it. So then afterwards, Baba says, go. So he left. He left and then afterwards, Baba had sent him to Kashmir, Baba had sent to him to south of India. And Baba said that just don't do anything, just take some literature and you read and don't do anything. And Baba asked him, how do you travel? I always travel first class. All right, first class. Cigar, best quality. Best quality cigar, everything Baba would give. Why Baba was doing all this? Because when from south of India, when that Guru came to know that this man, Krishnaji, has come to know about his affair, so he wanted to get rid of him. So one day, he bowed down to Krishnaji, and he said, please, you just leave the ashram. You just leave the ashram. So the deal was that ashram means that girl should go with Krishnaji. So the girl at that time could not come because Krishnaji had to do something for her. So he went to Nasik. And Nasik, of course, there was one person, Ramju Abdullah's son, who was, Ramju, of course, he was one of the Mandali. So Ramju's son thought, now this saint has come. And Baba contact saints must. So I must inform Baba so that when Baba would come here, I would also see him. So he sent a letter to Baba that one saint, good saint has come here. His way of living and he would just behave. He was also in Dehradun. So one day, of course, I was his servant, so I must go along with him when he would go out. So best quality of mango in Dehradun. And the heaps of mango everywhere. And Krishnaji went there. Will you please give me one mango? So the saint has come. So one basket full of mango they present. No, I don't want to take. I want only one mango. If you don't want to give one mango, I will not accept. And the impression, yes, this saint of course very high class. He does not need anything. He has no desire. So he would create impression like this. So now, after this, when Baba sent him back, so one day he comes back along with that girl, and he told that girl that she wanted to be with Baba as a woman Murli, as a woman Murli. And Baba says to her that I tell you, Krishnaji is deceiving you. Don't leave him. He is deceiving you, I am telling you. Don't leave him. And Baba told Krishnaji, don't, you can't stay here. Don't go to Sakori. He also went to Sakori in Baba's absence. When Baba went to America, met with an accident. At that time, he was in Sakori, and the girls were there. And of course, you would just think that, oh, they would all worship him, thinking that he was a saint. So Baba wanted to keep him away from Sakori. And that's why whatever he would want, Baba would give. Baba would give. Now, so when that girl came and Baba said that now don't go to Sakori, you go from here. He goes to Delhi. Delhi he goes, and there he says that I have come here to liberate prostitutes. This is my mission, to liberate prostitutes. And big camp there, all the prostitutes would come. And of course they would garland him, bow down to him, whatever he would need, they would supply. Then Baba came to know. So you know Satyavan Kumar. Kumar, our Amba's father. So he was with Baba. And when Krishnaji was there, so they were on Kumar knew. And Kumar, of course, he was such a person that this Krishnaji would feel scared of him. So Baba informed Kumar, and he would do these things in name of Baba. So Baba sent message to Kumar saying that you tell Krishnaji, whatever he wants to do, he is free to do. But he should not take my name. He should not say that I have given this work to him. He should not tell, he should not take my name. So Kumar goes there to Delhi. And when he went to Delhi, what happens? All the prostitutes were there. And he was sitting, big stage was there. And this master was sitting there. They were garlanding and of course buying down, bringing things, liquor, best quality liquor. Everything. Cigar, best quality, everything best quality. And of course Kumar saw that. When that program was over, Kumar says, Krishnaji, what a great man you are. You know how to deal with the world. He says, yes, Kumar, one should know. One can enjoy the life, but one should know how to. So Kumar, he says that, Krishnaji, I just feel that you must come to my place. I just want to invite you, and I will be very, very happy if you come. Just for 2 days, 2-3 days, come to my place. So he accepted the invitation. Kumar goes there, date was fixed, and Kumar goes home. And then Krishnaji goes along with that girl, her name was Savitri. So both go there. And Kumar, what he did, all arrangement there in one room, one bed. Thatu. He was telling others that she is my spiritual sister. Now spiritual sister. So Kumar, of course, when he went there, he received him with all love. But nobody knew what Kumar would do. So put food, everything. Drinking also drink. Best quality. Yes. And then what happened? Of course, that room, both slept there. In the morning, Kumar was ready with one stick in his hand. As soon as he opened the door, he says, "Hypocrite, you were telling others she is your spiritual sister. You sleep with her and spiritual sister. Now I want you to get married. I will be your priest. I will be your priest. And I will bring 3 garlands. One garland, both of you garland Baba's picture. And 2 garlands to each other. And I would declare that henceforth she is your wife. So then when you go back, you tell others that she is your wife." And he felt scared. He felt scared. So, of course, he accepted. And then, of course, Kumar married. And then he goes to Delhi. When he goes to Delhi, he changed his platform. And he went to another place in Delhi. And the same thing he continued. Same thing he continued. Again Baba came to know and sent the message to Kumar that you just go and tell him that he should not do such a thing in my name. Whatever he wants, he can do. But should not take my name. So Kumar goes there. Kumar goes there, and then of course he said, "Krishna ji, I want to talk with you in private. So please come. And don't bring anyone." And he took him in his room, in one room, and Kumar started beating him. "Hey, hypocrite, you gave me promise. Now she is your spiritual sister. I will kill you." And nice beating. And he left. And Krishna ji also informed people that, of course, Kumar did like this. And Savitri writes that it was just humiliation of Jesus Christ. He is like Jesus Christ, and he passed through such a humiliation. And he said later, because he would collect all the addresses when he was with Baba, all the addresses, his book was ready, so letters were sent. Now, seeing Krishna ji, he has come here since many years. And then he has the ashram, and of course, people follow him. He is called Baba. And our Jeff, he has friendship with him. 2 years ago, when I came here, so Jeff receives the phone call because what happens, he purchases all the books, Lord Meher. So Lord Meher, so I wrote this incident, but in that volume, I just wrote that I was his servant all the time, but still that servant, he started to contact me. And of course, that now Savitri he left. Baba had told her that he would leave. He is deceiving, but she did not follow. And he left her, came here. And another secretary is there. He married that secretary. And then, of course, year before last, phone calls everywhere. He would send phone call. and James would deal with that. He was not friend, but he was very diplomatic. He said that now we are arranging roast in San Francisco and we are going to expose Bhau. So you also come there. So we will help you in exposing. We are going to do that. But he did not come. Portland I went, there also he sent a phone call and he is observing silence. But when I would talk to her, his secretary, he was grunting. New type of silence. So then, now this volume, James gives the report, he keeps the record. So he tells me that he came to LA Center and he has purchased another volume of Lord Mayor. So now, in that volume, is that he became my servant. So when I was his servant, he was concerned that I would tell others. So now he is more concerned because it is in the book. I don't know what will happen to me. I am going to Chicago and his ashram is there near Chicago somewhere. I don't know. So I am telling you that such persons he is called Baba. Big following there. So now the reality, why this has happened. Baba had said that when I drop my body, so these false saints and masters would come like mushroom, come out like mushroom. And it is happening. We just see so many everywhere. Everywhere in England, in America, in other countries, France. So everywhere all these Swamis are there. Swamis. And they have got big following. Why this is happening? Why this is happening? All intelligent persons. How is it that these intelligent persons, they are following these false saints and masters? What must be the reason? And here is our beloved. What he is doing, he is creating the thirst. His work is to create thirst. Now, thirst is created. Nobody knows the ocean. Where is the ocean? So now what happens? They are just searching. Where is the water? They are feeling thirst, so they must drink water. So now some pond is there and lotus flower. They see, oh, here is something. So these false saints and masters, they are like pond with lotus flowers. So they are attracted. But then, what will happen? They would drink the water and spoil their health. So that thirst he is creating, thirst for water, eternal water, pure water, water of spirituality. That water, the thirst is for that. So even if they have this water, means this false sense contact of false sense, so the thirst will not be quenched. Ultimately, they have to come to the source, and they will come. Definitely, they will come. But it is beloved Baba's work, which we cannot understand. Why people, they have become, all these sophisticated things are there. Sophisticated email, fax, then telephone, aeroplane, computer. These scientists, of course, they are inventing all this. But do you go to the scientist and garland the scientist and bow down? No, nobody cares for them. But these false saints, of course, people go, garland them, bow down to them, and they follow. Why? What must be the reason? why it is happening. So it is good that it is happening. Because all of a sudden, all these people, if they come, we will not be able to manage. So let them go here and there, and ultimately they will come. Ultimately they will come. So for the present, everyone is old, and one after another we are dying, one after another. So when we die, by that time, of course, then there will be different things, many people, so be careful. You have to manage. Those who are going to these false saints and masters, that means they are drinking the water from the dirty pond, thinking that lotus flower are attractive. So they will all come. Definitely, be careful. Be ready for that, to handle this. Everywhere, all the centers, for the present, you just say, oh, we are doing so much, but of course, no, people are less number. Number will increase so much that you will say, Baba, please now just show us the way how to deal with this. You will be the responsible person for future. I'm just telling you.
Yeah.
This is a definite thing. MeherBaba and every center, of course, so many. And you will not be able to how to organize, how to arrange things. You will become mad. But that madness, real madness, that madness, very sensible madness, you will become real madness. So now, I just tell you today about Dhoni, I have to tell that I must tell something about this, that Baba's seclusion at that time. So Baba would change the bungalow one after another. And one day, Baba comes out of the seclusion and Baba says, I've got too much burden. I want to lessen it. So for that purpose, the Lord of the universe, how he lessens his burden, he said, we should play cricket. Play cricket. Today, of course, I remember this when I was with young adults. So, what interest you have? Sports. So I felt very, very happy to hear this, sports. They are taking interest in sports, and Baba was taking so much interest he himself would play. So I remember this incident. So what happened that Baba said, now I want to lessen my burden, so find out some place, good place where we can play cricket. So Iraj and Pentu went out, and there is one place called Gurtara, 13 miles from Satara. So they saw that there was dark bungalow and good ground to play cricket. So they came and told Baba. And Baba went there to see. So he saw and he approved. And then in seclusion, no one was allowed to come. Correspondence was there. No one should come and see Baba. No one should write letters to Baba. Now, Baba says, all right, that from Ahmednagar, Adi Giran Baba's secretary, he should be called. And Nariman and Meherji from Pune and Bombay. And also Baba's brother Adi Jr. They 4 persons from Ahmednagar, Pune, Bombay, they should be called. So they were informed and they came. Now we go to play cricket there. Nice place. And we played cricket. And then we had lunch there. And while departing from that place, what happens? Baba says that remember this place. Remember this place. And we could not follow. We thought that Baba liked this place very much. Maybe Baba may stay here for some days, and that's why Baba says, remember this place. We did not know what would happen. Now we came back and Dr. Duncan writes a letter to Baba. He was with Baba, but he does not say anything to Baba. He writes a letter to him. And that letter, I will tell you what was that letter. So, when that letter Baba received, Baba came to the Mandi hall. And Baba called Dr. Khavir, Dr. Duncan, and Dr. Neil to examine me. He must have written something in the letter. So, 3 doctors, and they examined me. And they said, Baba, he needs complete rest. Otherwise, he will meet serious consequences. Complete rest should be given, because lot of work Baba would do. So, complete rest. Baba says, complete rest. From tomorrow, you should take complete rest. Don't leave the bed. Just be on the bed all the time. And your food also, don't go to take food. The food would come. Don't move about. And then the next day, Baba was to go to Pune. Why? To seek recognition, to lessen the burden. To lessen the burden. So he goes to Pune and he said from 6 in the morning to 6 in the evening, no one should, everyone should observe fast. Not even water was allowed. And to me, he said, no, nutritious food. Honey, complete rest, nutritious food. And what happens? At 4 o'clock, money comes, money would not come to the main mandi. Never. After we came down to Meraza, then money would come and she would work with Eraj. Previous to that, no. So money came on cycle, she was on the road and she called Dr. Duncan. And Dr. Duncan went there and money said something and money left and immediately Dr. Duncan took his cycle and he went. I said something must have happened at women's mandi, Bangla. Because money came and must be something serious. I forgot. Now, Baba had asked me to take complete rest. And I forgot that. And I went running. And what do I see? Baba, full of blood. Full of blood, the tongue was cut. And his hip joint fractured. And bruises all over the body, full of blood. But so glorious that I could not think that how he was wounded so seriously and so glorious and so joyful, as if some great victory he has achieved. And when he looked at me, he said, so I went back. When I saw him, what to do, his order. Now here perfectly well I obeyed him. But now how I disobey, you may curse me. And it is good. If you do that, I will feel happy. Because I come and give talk and just say about obedience. But how obedient I am just telling you, so that you may know that this man is useless. That's why I am telling you. So then of course I came back and Dr. Duncan and Dr. Khavir, they just cleaned Baba full of blood. And then after I came here, and what happens? One truck comes. And truck comes, and in the truck what happened? That the Pendu, Eraj, of course, his ribs were broken. Pendu, his pelvis was fractured. And Dr. Nilu died. So and then I said, what to do now? Old persons were there, Ustadji, observing silence and old. Shekobar, old person. Then of course Baidul was also old. And then Aloba. Aloba was the one, as soon as he would come, he would just do like this. Yes. So, very difficult to tell him. So then of course they were brought, and I forgot Baba's order. And I just go running and brought the civil surgeon. And civil surgeon, the doctor, he examined him, government doctor, examined everyone, and he said, he expired. And these two, of course, immediately bring to the hospital. Now, ambulance. Again I went running and brought the ambulance and took them to hospital. Now I was obeying Baba's order. He said to take complete rest, and I was doing this. Then I took them to hospital, a civil hospital. There was no special room, nothing, general ward. And then 2 rooms were there where meningitis, 2 cases, they were there. So I went to the doctor, I said just vacate this room because serious patients, no, this room we cannot do that. Oh, that civil surgeon head of the department, he has said this, please do it. And as soon as he heard the name of civil surgeon is coming, so they vacated the room. But then, without cleaning, without washing, without this, just they were put on the same bed. Same bed. And then Baba was brought because the tongue was cut, so sutures should be fixed. So for that purpose, Baba was brought to hospital. And he was lying on the table, joyful, very, very happy. And I went there, and Baba knew that what I was feeling at that time. So the Lord, who was suffering so much, he caresses me. He caresses me. And then of course he did not say anything, and the doctor came. And doctor came, that was Sunday. And he says that today you are off day and you have come. Actually, when he saw Baba, his face so really shining. So he was attracted. He said, this is my duty, this is my duty. And of course, whatever he could do, sutures he fixed. And then Baba was taken to Bangalore. Now, next day, I was still in the hospital. Next day, Baba sent the car. How much care he would take, so that whatever order he gives is to be followed. How he would help. He sent at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. He sent the car for me. And he called me. So I went to him. And Baba says, what order I had given to you? What order? Did I not ask you to take complete test? Why did you go to hospital? Why did you go? Just now go back and take complete rest. Now Baba is seriously wounded. Monthly members seriously wounded. How to take rest? I was just lying down. And then the 3rd day Baba was taken to Pune. So only monthly members were there and those area champions in the hospital. Vishnu was also injured, but not so much. So the dead body of Nilu, Dr. Nilu, he took to MeherBabaLibrary. Now no one was there. Now when Baba was taken to Pune, Vishnu came back from MeherBabaLibrary. He went to hospital. He comes in the evening and he says that there is no one, I could not find any nurse, so you go to hospital. He was injured and he was there whole day. And I said, how to tell him that this is Baba's order that I cannot go. So I went. Just see how obedient I am. So I went. I went the next day, the telegram comes from Baba. Come to Pune immediately. I went to Pune. Baba said, did you go to hospital? I said, yes, Baba. Why did you disobey my order? Why do you, when I had given you the order not to go, not to move, why did you go? You are increasing my pain. Have you got any idea that I am suffering infinitely and you are increasing my pain more? Go back and just take rest. Don't go to hospital. Don't go anywhere. I went back. At the bus station, Vishnu was ready. Vishnu was ready and he says that there is no nurse, nothing. Please just go direct to hospital. Direct to hospital. And he would not be able to walk. What to say now? So again I went. And next day the telegram comes. Come to Pune immediately. I went to Pune. Baba said, did you go to hospital? I said, yes, Baba. Why do you increase my pain? Why do you disobey me? I am telling you that to take rest and you disobey. You have no love for me. I am suffering here. If you go to the hospital, can you save Pendu and Iraj? If they were to die, can you save them? So why do you just shed these crocodile tears? Why do you do that? Follow my order. Went back. Vishnu was ready at the bus station. He says, please go to hospital. Now go to hospital. And I looked at him. He was so tired. So tired. Pain was there. He had also what to say. Again I went. And what happens? That next day telegram comes from Baba. I go to Pune. And this is the last thing Baba told me. That you are disobeying me and you are increasing my pain. But do you know, you are the cause of my accident. You are the cause of my accident. Because of you, this accident, of course, I have to face. And at that time, I could not understand how. I did not go with Baba. I was taking rest. And how I was involved with this, how I became the cause of accident. It took a long time for me to understand how I was the cause. Really, I was the cause for that accident. I was the cause. Because Baba had given me so much work. There was one boy, time is not there, of course, long story. So I had to look after him and doing different things and attending to Baba, attending to Krishnaji. So many things were there. So, and that's why it was Dr. Tankin who had written that letter to Baba. So now, Baba says, you are the cause of the accident. And at that time, only tears rolled on my cheeks. That how did it happen? How I became the cause of the accident? and I returned. Vishnu was not there at the bus station. I went direct and I was on the bed thinking how I was the cause of this accident. How I was the cause. But I did not know. Then Baba went to Meherazad. We all went to Meherazad. And I was keeping night watch whole night. Whole night. And one night, Baba says, bring that coat. So I took that coat to him. Baba's coat pockets, that was post office. He would put things in his pocket. And of course he said, take out things. And there was the letter of Dr. Donkin. So Dr. Donkin had written that letter to Baba that Bhau's health is failing. And if care is not taken, he would meet with serious illness. So please give some of his work to me. I will do it willingly. And Baba asked me to read that letter. And Baba said, do you know how much Donkin loves you? How much Donkin loves you now, do you know? Just see, he sent this letter. So, that letter, of course, after that, Baba would not be able to walk, Baba would not be able to move. And he was really suffering infinitely. But then I could not understand how I was the cause of this accident. 4 years ago, when I was in Chicago, and I was given talk. And at that time, I never think about anything. Talk means I don't prepare nothing. I just, because I know you are all my friends, so brothers, so you will not mind if any rubbish I say. So I don't care, because we are just one family. So there is no fear, nothing. I say out anything. So then I was given talk, and immediately, of course, it came, verified. And what was that? The circle. When he makes the circle, takes anyone, any circle, he has to suffer immensely. For each one, of course, it appears that Baba's love and this and that, everything. But how he formed the circle, because it is not that a perfect master's circle. That is, when he becomes perfect master, already his contact. The circle is ready. Those who are in his contact, those who are closely connected, they come and come in his circle. But avatar, the direct descent of God. So he has to form his circle. There is no connection. And for that purpose, he has to take the burden of everyone. Great work to form a circle, it is not an easy thing. Infinitely, he has to suffer for everyone. And his compassion, his love, of course we don't realize how he suffers for everyone, and no one knows. No one knows. So this, he was doing that, and then of course, immediately, I don't know how, it just came, and I realized, oh, this was the reason why Baba met with an accident. But to meet with an accident, not only so many things are connected in the world with that one incident, which is for some particular person, but it is connected with the whole universe. It is connected with the whole universe. So he has to suffer and suffer. And of course, even if he just tells the suffering, how can we understand? God, conscious God, and conscious of creation. Conscious of creation means Do you know now we are human beings? But what consciousness the vegetable kingdom has, whether we know? What consciousness the animal kingdom has, whether we know? What consciousness the bird kingdom has, whether we know? We don't know. We have forgotten. Just like now, when you enter into a subtle plane, you will forget this gross consciousness. So we have forgotten that creation consciousness when he says that avatar becomes. So he has the creation for vegetable, he becomes vegetable, means vegetable consciousness. For animal consciousness. He has that consciousness. We can just say animal, of course we just see this animal, but what consciousness the animal has, we don't know. That is his creation consciousness. Tomorrow I will tell you about his work. So today I am telling you that creation consciousness, human beings, full consciousness, gross consciousness. But lower kingdoms, we don't have any consciousness. He is the one who has the consciousness of vegetable, stone, metal, animal, bird, fish, and he remains in every level of consciousness. He becomes that. And that's why he gives universal push. Tomorrow I will make it clear. So today, now I come down to this dhuni business. Otherwise, everyone will say that, oh, you are taking more and more time. So, this dhuni means, what is dhuni? Dhuni actually means the fire of love. And what is the fire? Outside, this is symbolic. But symbolic, why he has given this symbol? So that through that fire, we may have the fire within. So now how he started this? In 1925, Baba was at MeherBabaLibrary. So MeherBabaLibrary, he was there, and there are two types of crops, one winter crop and another during rainy season. So rainy season, that is called Kharif, and winter, that is called Rabi crop. So Kharif, because there was no rain, so there was no crop. Then winter, so Rabi crop, so no water, no rain. So then people from Anand they came to Baba. It was the month of November, 10th November, 1925. And they said to Baba that, Baba, please do something, because now one crop, of course, it is failed. Another crop, of course, there is no pass. It will also fail because there is no rain. And Baba said, all right, you go, we'll see. And at 11 o'clock in the night, Baba lighted the dhuni. And as soon as dhuni was lighted on 10th November at 11 p.m., it started pouring. 24 hours, good rain, and then of course the crop was survived. Then afterwards, on 1926, anniversary of the dhuni. So far, but first, the day, of course, it was lighted, and next day, Baba asked the multi members to write songs on dhuni. So everybody tried, and Baba gave marks for that. 10 marks were there. So some got 3, some 4, some 5, not more than 5. Rustam got 5. Yes. So then Baba said, but this is not, so Baba himself wrote one song for Dhuni. You must have read that Lord Mayor. So one song Baba himself wrote, and then next year, anniversary celebrated, Dhuni was lighted, and again rain. Then 28, Baba was in Toka, about 45 miles from Ahmednagar. So there was no rain. So people from Toka, they came to Baba and they said, Baba, our crop is failing, please do something. They had come to know that when Baba likes Dhuni, of course the rain is there. So they came and Dhuni was lighted. And 48 hours continuously heavy rain. And the flood was there. So those people came to Baba, Baba, please stop it. So it was stopped. Afterwards, Baba then started going here and there, moving from place to place. And then, of course, he would also go to west. So Dhuni was not lighted. But then in 1941, when there was preparation for war, and Baba was very busy with must work, very busy, and he would be in seclusion. And Baba said it was 12th December. But before that, what happened? Our Upasni Maharaj, Baba sent message to Upasni Maharaj, now you are old. So you are old, so why do you take trouble? You come and live with me. And Upasni Maharaj sends message that how can I come and live with you? I've got lot of debts. I've got loan and I have to repay. So Baba sends message. Why do you not sell your ashram? Sell the ashram and then repay the loan and come to me. He says, but who will buy my ashram? I will not get so much money to repay the loan. It is not possible. So Baba sends message, how much he will charge for the ashram. And Upasni Maharaj sends message that I will charge 5,000 rupees. And Baba says, who will pay 5,000 for this ashram? But you are my master. And that's why you want 500 you will not get, but I will give you 2,000. 2,000 I will give. Upasni Maharaj says that no, it will not solve my problem. And then Upasni Maharaj sends message that I want to see him. Baba was in Panchgani at that time. And he said that I would see, and Baba puts condition. When Baba left Sakori, then Sakori, Baba did not go there. Baba did not go, and Baba did not see Upasni Maharaj. But here, now, Upasni Maharaj wanted to meet him. So Baba put condition that I would not see him at Sakori, means his ashram, and I would not see him at MeherBabaLibrary. I would see him in between MeherBabaLibrary and Sakori. Then when Upasni Maharaj, I will meet him, he should not ask me to break my silence. All the conditions, 5 conditions Baba gave, and Upasni Maharaj accepted. Now in the ashram, Upasni Maharaj said that I did not give anything to MeherBabaLibrary. I did not give. And ashram, those people who were jealous of Baba, they felt very happy that Upasni Maharaj did not give anything to MeherBabaLibrary. Now, Baba sent Saroswati Irani from Ahmednagar to Sakori to bring one place was selected that was called Dahigaon. And there, Dahigaon, then of course that place. So Upasni Maharaj was brought from Sakori and Baba comes from Panchgani. And then there was one hut, it was made, constructed, and Upasni Maharaj and Baba both were in that hut, and Mandi members, they were outside. And when Upasni Maharaj comes out of the hut, he was sobbing. The tears were there. And sobbing, and then after a month, he dropped his body. After a month. So what was this transaction? 5,500 and 2,000. What was that? He was handing over the charge to Baba. And Baba was there. Nobody could see him. And from upper Meherabad, he was brought to that Dhuni, this part you have seen. And there also a enclosure was there, so that nobody could see. And Mandali members only were there. And Baba says that I have arranged everything. Everything. That material is ready. Just like now you just see, wood is ready here. And of course, mailbox is there. Now, what do we need? Just to burn this fire there. So Majestic used that Majestic. And how much time it will take? So that was the war. That everything is now ready. And then it is the time to just have the match. And fire will be there. Means war will break. And then Baba says that, of course, I will give realization to Peter. Peter was there. I told about his story, how he came to Baba. And every Mandali member, he was looking at Baba, that leader would get God realization. What about us? And Baba looks at them, says, all of you will get God realization. They were very happy. So at that time, this Papa Jisawala, Ira's father, he lighted the dhuni. And Baba says, now the work is done. That means war will break. And 12th January, that is 12th January, after a month, Baba said again, light the dhuni in memory of Upasni Maharaj. And dhuni was lighted this time. Dhuni was lighted by Ustadji. Baba was there. And Baba says that every month the dhuni should be lighted every month on 12th. And then Baba said that my seat will be here for 1200 years. And that seat means, just like now, people would think that now this dhuni, it is also ceremony, ritual. Baba has started. Baba made it very clear. This is the order. He has given this order that on 12th of every month, dhuni should be lighted. So you are following his order. You are not creating any ritual. You are not doing any ceremony. And he will supervise. Means his seat will be there for 1200 years. You are all safe. For 1200 years. When you light the dhuni and you throw the stick, and this mind, which has so many mosquitoes in form of thoughts and desires, if they come, still don't worry, because he has given that assurance that his seat will be there for 1200 years. He will supervise, he will see. So 1200 years you are safe. Go on doing this. Don't think that it is a ceremony or ritual. Know well that you are following Baba's order. And his presence is there. So don't worry about this. So then afterwards, of course, on 12th every month dhuni is lighted. Every month on 12th. But then in 1954, when there was declaration meeting, at that time there was 12th September. 12th September again dhuni was lighted. And Baba was present there. But in 1955, there was one group. According to the linguist Savas program was going on. So 12th November, so one group was there and Dhuni was lighted every month, but Baba would not be present there. But this time Baba was present. Yeah, and in 1954 also, 12th September, he was present. So in his presence, Dhuni was lighted. So this time, Baba said, there was one person, Dr. Neil. He was very fond of milk product. One milk product was there. He was very fond of eating that. And he was the only person who would give, let him soar, I will take my own time. So what happened? That Dr. Neil was fond of that milk product, and he was the only one who would get 30 rupees per month as pocket money. He was the only person. No one would get even one payment. But Dr. Nilu, to eat that milk product, 30 rupees. And you did. So Baba was explaining those who were there what they should throw in the dhuni. So Baba says, now I give example. Here is Nilu. He is one of my mandali. And he is very fond of this milk product that is called basundi. Very fond of. But if I ask him to throw this in the dhuni, he will do it very willingly. And as soon as Baba said this, Dr. Nilu looks at Baba and Baba blinked. So Dr. Nilu says, Baba, if you ask me to throw basundi, I will most willingly throw. So Baba says, this is the example. Just one thing which you like, you throw in the dhuni. And when you throw in the dhuni and when you see that thing, that object, so you remember that you have thrown this into dhuni. So you remember me through that medium. And then when you remember, so that my remembrance of course lights the fire in your heart. So that is the thing. It is not that people just go, I throw my anger, I throw my lust, I throw greed, I throw selfishness. And when they say this, and then when they feel that, afterwards, they feel scared. Now what to do? Meher Baba has given, should I leave him? Or what to do now? It is not possible. Don't do that. You will be free from lust, you will be free from greed, anger, everything. The Lord is working for you. When He has said, tomorrow I will just say 3 quarters, tomorrow I will take that subject, so He will do everything for you. You will be free from this. Definitely I tell you, definitely you will get to the direct path. You will not go this side, you will not go that side. Direct path to the reality. So don't think that, of course, I should do this and I should do that. No. Whatever He has said, when you throw the stick in the dhuni, just one object if you throw, it is good. Don't go to that extent, I throw my lust. And then of course you feel now what to do. So that, don't go to that extent, you will be free from that, because the Lord is working. Lord is working for you, believe that, have trust in Him. He is doing that. So just little thing in order to please Him. Just 2 little thing. And He is pleased. Even if you don't make Him pleased, He is such a one, such a compassionate one, such a responsible one, that even if you don't want, He will not ignore you. But it is better that, of course, if you want to come in the front row, then of course do it. Please Him. If you want to just go face the sun, but just miles away. So then of course it will take time for you. Direct road you will get, but to come near the sun it will take time. So why not remain in the front row? Just little thing, do it. And know well that our beloved will do everything for us. Have that trust. And if you do this, he will feel it is just his pleasure. Seek his pleasure. And for just little thing he has said. So, and when he feels pleased in this, doing in little thing, to please him, it is not an easy thing. It is very difficult, rather impossible. Impossible thing. Once it so happened that at 6 o'clock I would go to keep watch. So we were in Guru Prasad Pune, and 6 o'clock summertime, the light was there. But still, when I went there, he says to me, give me a glass of water. So I was pouring water in the glass. And immediately, he says, put on the light. So I put on the light and then gave him a glass of water. And Baba says, what was my first order? I asked you to give me a glass of water. Why did you not follow first order first? And I realized, yes, it was his first order. I realized. Second day I go. And he says, give me a glass of water. I was pouring water and he said, put on the light. I did not put on the light. And I gave him a glass of water. He said, why did you not put on the light? I said, Baba, that was your second order. And yesterday you told me first order should be followed first. And Baba said, that was for yesterday. Today I wanted that you should follow my second order first. So I said to him, Baba, then you wanted that, but how could I know? He said, when you did not know, I am telling you, this is the fact, this is the truth, that I wanted today that you should follow my second order first, and you did not do that. And it shows that you are ignorant. Actually, I wanted that you should follow my second order first, and you did not do. That means because you are ignorant. And when you are ignorant, why do you argue with me? Why do you tell me that yesterday you told me this and today you are telling me this? What is the need for that? You are ignorant because you did not know. And that is, he is all knowing all the time. So there is nothing that yesterday you asked me, people just say, oh, Baba, when we read something, so we just find that it is not some Baba says something here and Baba says something there. Always something here and something there. I tell you, this is the truth. Because we don't understand. We are ignorant. He is the truth. Truth always speaks the truth. So if you find something here and in other page you find something else, same thing, and you think that, oh, it is not proper. Baba, of course, here he says this and here he says that. He is still right because he is the truth. He is the truth. And when we don't understand, we are ignorant. We must know that we are ignorant. There is something which we cannot understand, which is beyond understanding. If we think that everything is right, whatever he has said, then of course everything we find right. And we know that because we are ignorant, it is we cannot understand. So Dhuni, Baba has made it very clear. Just throw one object which you like and then don't eat it again. So that day, in 1955, after Dhuni, then of course the Savas program where people were there. So dinner was ready and it was served. So one said, no, I don't eat it. I have thrown in the Dhuni. One said, no, banana, don't give banana. I have thrown in the Dhuni. So another problem was created for us. I don't want this, I have thrown in the dhoni. But it is good that whatever you do, simple thing, if you can do it, it is very useful, and then there is no confusion.
Wow, is it giving up like the banana forever, or just a year to the next one?
No, for all time. Remember this, for all time. Actually, I tell you that I also go there, I throw something. But something, what is that something? I just pray for you all. Pray for you all that Baba, just make them remember you. Just make them know that you are always with them. This is the prayer always I do. I go, I take part in that. For me, if I'm ignorant, so I don't need anything because I accept my ignorance. But for others, of course, I do it. And then first thing when I go there, I go to Baba's Samadhi and pray for you all. Because I cannot do anything, I am just ignorant. But this much prayer I can do. Prayer I do. So when I go there, for everyone, I just pray. And there are some cases, special cases. So that also I deal with them. So I go and pray because I cannot do anything. Only just offer to the beloved and say that Baba, keep your loving nazar on them. And this dhoni, it is really when dhoni is lighted, even the tears, they become fire. So long the tears are there, we can see. But when the tears are not there, tears ignite, they burn the fire. So, in one of my couplets, you must have read that how is it that it is raining and my house is burning. What is raining? The tears. The rain is there, but this rain creates the fire. Fire within. And it is, I tell you, our beloved is so compassionate that he, just little thing if you do for him, he feels very pleased. He knows our problems. All problems, we are just full of problems. But actually life itself is a problem. So these problems are there and he knows. So his help, what is his help? To solve the problem, but solve the problem of the life so that you may not face any problem. So that work he is doing. Just have trust in him. He is still suffering. He is not in body. When he was in body, he was also suffering physically. Now he is suffering mentally and spiritually. And that suffering is continuous. It is not that he is free, because unless we are free, whole creation is free. He cannot be free, but the creation is just creation, also endless. How it is endless? That Baba has said that wind came, who am I? So from the ocean, who am I? One drop. Who am I? Another drop. So infinite, that hymn should be repeated infinite number of times. So infinite number of times, so whether there is any end. So creation will continue. Creation will continue, it will never stop. Only thing that since Mahapralaya, when Mahapralaya takes place, at that time everything is suspended. But then again it starts. And the scientists, they call about Big Bang. What is this Big Bang? Of course, Big Bang is there, that is true. But after the Mahapralaya, when the creation began, of course, how can they know It is not possible. So they know that Big Bang, so creation again begins. But you have got human consciousness. So you will not lose that human consciousness. When your turn will come, human beings, that turn just like stone, vegetable, worm, fish, bird, animal. And when human form comes, you will come back again. But you will not come back again, I tell you. There is no limit to the liberation, liberated souls. Any number you can liberate. There is only 56 God-realized souls out of this 56, 51 God-realized and 5 perfect masters. But for liberated souls, there is no fixed number. So any number. So novel that he may make you free. Or he may just give you the direct road. So Dhuni, novel that it should be lighted when we are doing this, and for him, it will be gradually it will be lighted in your heart. And when it is lighted, the work, the sanskaras, the impressions, they will gradually be burnt and you will be free. So this dhuni, though symbolical, but it has the meaning, and our beloved is there 1200 years. Even if you think anything, at that time throwing the stick, he will take care. Don't worry. Most strong, infinitely strong beloved we have got. Most infinitely compassionate we have got. So we should not worry about that. Throw your stick in the dhuni and know that our beloved Meher Baba will take care of you.
I wanted to ask, there's degrees of what you would want to be able to get rid of, and there are some things that you know would be easier for you to get rid of, but there are other things that you know you really need to get rid of. But you think that if you throw it in the duty, that you're still going to do it again anyhow. So what I'm wondering is, should you really throw into the duty what you really want to get rid of, rather than throwing something easier into the duty that you know you might be able to do?
You are right. Which is easier if you don't eat banana. You don't like banana, I say, I throw banana. You are right. That's why Baba has said that which you like, that thing should be thrown. It is not that which you don't like. He says which you like, that should be thrown. So just remember this. Otherwise you just say that I don't want ice cream, I don't like ice cream, so I throw ice cream in the dhuni. And you say I throw ice cream. It has two meaning. Which you like, throw it. Is there anything about dhuni?
Bhau, what if you throw something in the dhuni and then you eat it again? Can you throw it back in?
First do repentance prayer and then throw it again. First repentance, so that you have made that mistake, repent for that. And then repentance prayer, if you do it, then the beloved will forgive you. But don't think that he forgives everything. So I will just go on doing that. He will not feel pleased about that. Once, of course, you have prayed and he has forgiven, know well that he has forgiven. But one should not repeat it again and again. That is no good. Mind will say that when he forgives, of course, why not? You go on just doing repentance prayer, and repentance prayer, then you are free. He makes you free at that time. But then again you do and you get bound. So it is not that. So always be careful about this. we must be serious. Seriously, we must do it. And in that seriousness, there should also be joy. It is not that you become serious. The life, Baba would not like. Baba would just joy. He would just create joy. People would come, so many problems. They would be just thinking about that. I must go to Baba and put this problem before Baba. And then when they would come to Baba, they would forget. Only one person he did not forget. So what happened to him? He came from Pakistan and he had many problems. So he was waiting and waiting. He would not get visa to come to India. So he was waiting and then afterwards he came. And why he came? He said, I would just put my problem before Baba and Baba would solve. Now he comes. So many people were there and he comes. His name was Homi. So Baba says, Homi, just sit here 5 minutes. Don't speak a word and go away after 5 minutes. And of course he sat down, but he was boiling inside. I had come here to just put my problems before him. Since so many years I am suffering. And what kind of beloved he is? People just say that he is merciful. He is not merciful. And Baba was very particular. Time, 5 minutes. So 5 minutes over, now go. So he went out and very angry. And Baba sends a message to him, tomorrow again you come. So next day he came. He was just thinking that, of course, he says to me, but I must tell him. I must tell him before the people, even if I disobey his order, I must tell him. Next day he came. Hobi, sit here for 5 minutes. Sit here for 5 minutes. And then don't talk, don't say anything. He was just boiling. And 5 minutes, Baba says, 5 minutes over, go. And then, of course, he felt very bad what to do now. He does not want to listen, nothing. I have brought these problems. So whole day he was just thinking, tomorrow when I go, I must tell the people that this he is called the beloved, but nobody knows that how cruel he is. Don't accept him. He is most cruel person. So all this plan he was making what he would say. Next day again he comes. Baba says, Homi, sit down. Just for 5 minutes. Don't speak a word. And he was just boiling but could not speak. Boiling. After 3 minutes, he was a changed person. And he says to Baba, Baba, now I realize you are all mine. You solved all my problems. He knows everything. So we must have that trust in him. Still we are just ordinary persons. Say out to him, nothing wrong. Just keep your private relationship, private secret relationship with him. Whatever is there, you just tell him. Through that you may remember him. So why to worry? For this dhuni, we must also throw joyfully that Baba, now I am throwing this. You take care so that I may not eat it again. Not only this eatables, but other things also. You can do it. Because here is friend, he wants to eat samosa. And if he throws samosa, then he'll say that now, Baba, just again he will eat and again he will repeat this prayer. And then again samosa. All the time. So, only samosa. And nothing else. So Jai Baba, I am very happy. I just ask forgiveness because I took more time. And more time, I just feel happy to talk with you.